Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. Today I have the very first growing guide for you, and this growing guide will be on the potatoes that I grew at the end of last year. Now these potatoes are called Karaka and I purchased them from my local Bunnings warehouse here in New Zealand. On the back it has all the instructions you need if you have never grown potatoes before, which is definitely myself. I'll pull one of these potatoes out of the bag for you so I can show you how they come. They are of course seed potatoes. They will have a little knobbly bit growing on the end like that, and that is the part that will grow into the actual plant portion that comes out of the ground. So that is the way up in the ground that your potatoes will go. Here I'm just turning the soil from the last time they had crops in them just to loosen it up, because of course potatoes need nice loose soil to grow. I'm now digging a trench in my raised seed bed to make sure that they are deep enough, and also using the measuring tape, there we go, to see if they are spread apart far enough. And now it's time to put your potatoes in the ground. Of course here we have the little knobbly bit again that will come out of the ground. So that is the way that they should be placed. Time to gently cover them back up. And now I hope you enjoy this little time lapse as I put the rest of them in the ground. Seeing as it was my first time growing potatoes, I also decided to try some in a giant plant pot, so I just pulled out some old pepper plants that were well done and loosened the soil. Now before putting the potatoes in the pot, seeing as they obviously had limited nutrition, I put a couple of sheet pellets in the bottom of each hole just underneath the potato and then popped them in the ground, just the same as the other ones. Sowing all of my potatoes took place on the 27th of September, and then I went back on the 9th of October and I noticed that they had started to sprout, which was awesome. The potatoes that I'd sown in the raised bed had also done the same thing. And then the wait began, and after a good 3 months, the 7th of January came around and it was time to harvest the potatoes in the bucket. And here you can see we had quite a good crop, which it didn't fill the whole bucket, but I'm still pretty stoked with what we got out of it for the first time. Also note that we had been on holiday for a good solid month within those 3 months, so we didn't, tend to them like you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to build up the soil around them, but these were just purely doing their own thing and they came out amazing. few days later and we were able to pull out the ones in the raised bed. We got a huge variety, obviously, of different sizes from this bed. We got big ones, we got really little ones, we got ones that were still attached to the main plant and others that were just randomly in amongst it, which I think is a pretty successful harvest considering we didn't do anything to them. I would love to hear if you have any feedback of how I planted them or how we should look after them. Of course, we didn't do anything this time, keep that in mind, but if we were able to, we certainly would have. I would love to hear your feedback and how I could increase my crop. If only you could hear our voices at this point and our excitement each time we pulled up a big new potato. I might have to put that into a bloopers video at some point. I should also let you know that as I am creating this video, a few nights ago we had a beautiful potato bake using our homegrown potatoes. It was super delicious and I'm just absolutely stoked with how they've stored over the past month. As this is the last potato plant I've pulled up, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Here we have our final crop. I hope you liked it and we'll see you next time on Growing Green.